New package came in, and this has the potential to be a total disaster. This thing is heavy, really heavy, and I paid 385 euros plus 10 something shipping. Let's open it up and let's take a peek inside. It should contain a lot of stuff. I have no idea how that should fit in here, plus packaging material. So yeah, let's see. This video is kindly sponsored by PCBWay. Thank you, PCBWay. Oh, paper as packaging, which is always a great idea. Let's see, what do we have? We have what appears to be a Commodore 16 in very rough state. Wow. It is super light. I'm not sure if there's actually, well, there's a board in, but not sure if there's something on the board because it's so very light. How can someone ship something like this? Oh man, that's not good. Oh, okay. Like a miracle, this is not broken, which is a 1570. Oh, okay, but it's very scratchy, so seems like it did at least move inside the case, which is not great, and it's also in rough condition. There is there's a 1541 with a disc, 1541-2, and it seems to be alive and not broken, even though it was just pushed against the outside of the case and the package was turned over. Man. What do we have here? It's an Atari 800 XL, missing 2 keys. Not sure if these keys are meant to be missing, or if they just it's rattling a little, but not too much. We have what appears to be a C64 C. Yeah, that's great. That is broken. Pieces here, but the machine itself seems to be in okayish condition. By the way, I have no idea if any of this works, so we will do a big testing session after the unboxing session. It's a Commodore 116 in, whoa, rough condition. These machines are all in rough condition, but if they are just dirty, you can just clean them. And I'm beyond astounded that all this stuff fits in here. There's more. This is just a fraction of what's in here. Actually, there's another machine, and this is a 520 ST. Also rough condition. Missing a key, but the case is not broken. It's kind of a miracle to me. Next up we have, oh no, that's not good, an Amiga 1200 with smashed key, really smashed key, rattling inside. It says Genlock here. Case is open. Not sure if there's something in here. Let's open this up. Let's see if there's something in here. I'm not sure. Oh, there is. Nice. What do we have? No idea. Alpha data, it says here. I have no idea what it is. We will see. we have what appears to be a very dirty golden image external disk drive with a cable job. This is an Amiga drive, I think, or an Atari ST, not sure. It says Amiga. And the stuff is just in here with paper. This is freaking crazy. Okay, next up we have, wow! Okay, that takes the cake. The camera doesn't do this justice. This thing is so yellow. I have bananas lying around which are less yellow than this Amiga 500. And there should be one more, which is this machine right here, a 128. Oops. Which looks, yeah, it's unbroken, which is crazy to me. So I can't believe, but it's yellow as a banana too. So it's not a contest between this one and the 500. I will show you the different shades of yellow in a minute. But none of the machines is really broken except for a broken key on the 1200 and the dust cover of the C64. And that's crazy to me. These machines are all okay, at least cosmetically. Dirty and yellow, okay, but not broken. So let me check the eBay pictures to see if these missing keys are missing intentionally, and then we go and try all these machines. That should be a fun video. So here are the photos from the listing, and that was the first photo I saw. And yeah, there's 2 drives. These are the machines, and yes, the keys are already missing, so I don't think we will get these keys. And they should not be in the package. Yeah, that looked like this before, so no damage there. I'd like to know if the 1200 had the smashed key or not. Now we can actually see that there's something in the 500. I didn't notice that before. There's a 1571. And yeah, it has a smashed key. So that's crazy. None of the machines actually got damaged in shipping. And it wasn't packaged too well. It was just stuffed in there with exactly 1 layer of paper. Flat newspaper paper. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so yeah, that is the original offer. You can see I paid $375 and it was sold as broken. Plus 10.50 shipping. Okay, so let's go and check these machines out. Just to give you an idea, this is the A1200 from the package. This is the A500, which is yellow, unbelievable yellow. This is a 128, which is lighter here and more yellow there. And if I place one of these white cotton pads on here, you can see how yellow it really is. So this is the standard 1200 color. It's actually in very good condition in this case, color-wise. This, on the other hand, is, wow, crazily yellow. Okay, so what I want to do first is test these 2 Amigas. And first we're going to take a look inside the 1200 because, well, why not? It's rattling, and so let's do that. And they are really dirty, so I'm a bit disgusted by this. Ah, okay, there's actually a break in the case here, but that's not a big deal. And let's check the 1200 out. So this is rattling. There's a disk drive in here. I already removed the bottom cover to check out this card. Now there are screws missing. That explains why this is open. feet are a bit discolored here, but it's not a big deal. Let's see how we can get this out of here. It's a really tight fit. Like this. Okay. Oh, what do we have here? This looks like an unpopulated memory card. So there's really not much on here, I think, but I could be wrong, of course. So I did find this RAM expansion card, and it's a Memory Master 1200 or Alpha RAM 1200 from Alpha Data. And it says here it has 1 meg of RAM on board, which should be these two chips here. And it can be extended to up to 9 megs of fast RAM. And you need zip memory for that, which is the good expensive one, which is the same, I think, as in the A3000. And I think I have some of this, just for testing, of course. You can do 1, 4, 5, 8 or 9 megs. You always have to put in 8 of the zip RAMs, and you can switch it between the PC MCIA compatibility mode and the go to hell mode. And you can actually put an FPU on here, either at 14 megahertz with the internal crystal, or you have to put an oscillator for up to 50 megahertz. And it has a battery buffered clock. The case is in really nice condition. Oh, whoa, 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 no. What is this craziness? That's actually a hard disk inside here, but it's just thrown in. There's stuff lying around. I just found this here, and I'm pretty sure this goes here because of this blob. Not sure if that's correct, but let's just assume it is, because it makes most sense here. Wow, someone really didn't care. This could actually work, because I can't see any reason why not. That is a bit crushed here. Not sure if that is a problem or will be. Yeah, so someone just threw this in a box and shipped it in paper. This drive is a Panasonic. I think it's the HD version. Not sure if we have an SCOM or a Commodore machine. I think we have a Commodore machine here. And no, the case is not necessarily an indication of that. I would say we just plug it in and see what happens. And let's see what happens. Hard disk is spinning. We have a black screen. Disk drive is clicking. We actually have a kickstart, but the hard disk is not loading. Let's switch it off. The machine actually works, which is great news. Just not so sure about the hard drive, but maybe that is just stuck. So maybe if we give it a little push, it could work, but I don't want to put it just on the metal here. Let me put it here. Or maybe this actually needs the expansion card, I'm not sure. So let's place it like this, and I will try again. Oh, it's booting. It's booting. This is crazy. This works. Scala, directory opus, dpaint, personal paint. Wow. This freaking thing actually works. That's incredible. Okay, let's switch it off. I think this is actually the first time I have an Amiga 1200 with a disk drive, with a hard disk that actually boots. And it was packaged so poorly. Unbelievable. Unbe-freaking-lievable. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so I'm not sure about this card. I have to check if I can find this card because it seems there's something missing here. There are jumpers and all, and I'm not sure what's missing here. So I don't want to put it in like this. Wow, that soldering job is quite amazing. Look at this. Let me switch the camera. Look how this is in here. It's actually soldered in. It's not a... I think that it's meant to be like this. Oh man. Okay, so we have a first winner. By the way, this auction was just came on. It was maybe on for a minute or something. And I immediately bought it just based on the first photo and the description that all the machines were part of the auction. I first thought it was just one machine and you could choose, but no, all the machines. So that was a great score. This makes this a great score because, wow, 1200 with a card and all the other machines. And this works, so if this works, I'm pretty sure all the other machines will work too. So I will recap this, but not now. Now it's just time for testing. We will go and test the next machine, which will be the Banana 500 or the Amiga 500 in Banana Yellow edition. Okay, so I did try the machine, gave a red screen with and without the memory expansion. You can see there's some rust here. And this memory expansion looks like the Green Goblin, at least on the connector. The PCB is okay-ish, but not great. So it's not the memory expansion that is shitty, but it doesn't seem to be the reason why it's not working. And I want to check if there are loose chips or something from shipping, maybe, and that maybe Agnes got a hit. I don't know. Ooh, G this H Christ. So that's how that looks. Wow, man. We have a Mitsumi keyboard, which is nice, and it seems to have gotten wet because there's wet streaks all over this. And yeah, that is pretty rusty. I think we will just take that off and throw it away. Well, the board itself is not in horrible condition. And that is in Ref 6. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. It's just rusted over here. And it is very dirty, and it has corrosion on all the pins here, which is not great. Not just here on the outer pins, but here too. I have no idea how it looks from the underside, of course. That could be a completely different thing. And there's even rust on the side of the disk drive. Yeah, the sockets are not corroded, which is good. No, wait. I was wrong. There actually is corrosion on the Agnes socket. Yeah, it's not as green as I thought it would be, but it has a green tint to it. I'm not sure if I'm just seeing things here. Just for good measure. As I said, we're not doing a repair session here. We're just trying to get this to boot. Let's do this again. Oh, still a red screen. Push on the... By the way, red screen I think is often a kickstart problem. So maybe, just maybe, take this out and give it a little help with WD-40. Let's try again. Nope, still red screen. Okay, so that didn't solve our problem here. So this will be a future repair project. Nice. Okay, so next up we have this extremely dirty 520 ST, and that's not an STM or STFM or ST whatever, and it's missing a key. So I have my power brick from my own 520, a mouse, it's connected. Switch channel. Oh, and it actually works. Nice. Alrighty. So we have a working 520 ST. So I did hook up the 520 ST with a disk drive. This is one that I know works. It's a third-party drive with a built-in power supply, and yeah, just works. And I have a few disks here. I some time ago bought the Atari Power Pack, and this is R-Type, Eliminator, Nebulous, Pac-Mania, Afterburner, Super Hang-On, Space Harrier, Starglider, Overlander, Super Yui, Bomb Busal, Bomb Jack, Xenon, Double Dragon, Star Race, Star Goose, and Gauntlet 2. And I have some more games, and let's check out Pac-Mania, for example. Let's put it in here and let's see if this thing actually loads. Oh, okay, seems to work. So this seems to be a fully functional Atari 520 ST. Dirty, missing key. But, well, let's see if the sound works. And when we've done that, we can go and we can put in, there's kind of a sysinfo for the Atari. We can put this in and see. Oh, red screen, not good. Oh, okay. It's supposed to be a red screen. That's strange. Start game. No sound yet. Ah! Okay. Yeah, that works. So for this sysinfo thing, we have to switch to the medium resolution, because it doesn't work otherwise. And then we have sysinfo. It's actually called sysinfo. You have a standard 68,000, 8 megahertz, no CoPro, TOS 1.0, the classic medium resolution, 512K, nothing to write home about. It's just a box standard 520 ST with a German TOS. It works, it just works. Nice. So next up we could try the 800 XL, and then we go through the Commodore machines. I have power supply for the 16 and the 116 and the C64, but I don't have one for the 128, but I have a 128 power supply with a C64 connector. So I'm going to mod this to work with both the 128 and the C64. I wanted to do this for a long time, so now I have a reason. Yeah, let's grab the 800 XL. It's missing a foot and it's wobbly. I have my homemade USB power cable, my homemade video cable. It's missing two keys, the A and the, I don't know what goes here, key. Let's switch it on and see what it does. Yeah, that looks like a working Atari. Let's try my A8 Pico card. Let's see if that works. And it does. We have a diagnostic. Let's check sysinfo. system summary, 6502, PAL SECAM, BB0102, 62K of RAM. Okay, so this all looks... now we are in self-test. Okay. Let's do the memory test. Yeah, but so far we have a working 1200, a working 520 ST, a working 800 XL, a somewhat working Amiga 500 with a red screen, and there are still 1, 2, 3, 4 more systems and 3 drives. So yeah, it would be great if the 1571 would work. Okay, so this seems to work just fine. Yeah, so just for fun, I opened the 800 XL and found this, which is Rust Hell. I mean, it works astoundingly, but the shield is super rusty and the bottom also is rusty, so I'm not sure how this actually survived. So I will turn this into a complete restoration project, and I have a second one, which I only show you the keyboard of. And that keyboard is complete, but it's a complete different keyboard. So this is one with a control key, which is just in a box, and this one is a filled box and stuff like that. So these are different keyboards, and they feel really different. These are more edgy keyboards, have larger letters than this one here. And yeah, there seem to be 5 different variants of keyboards. You can see that they also look completely different from the bottom. Yeah, that's interesting. So this keyboard here actually feels, the original of this Atari feels a bit nicer than the one I have here as a replacement. This is, I think, a very rare, or at least rare variant of the keyboard, because I have 3 or 4 Atari 800 XLs and none of them has this keyboard here. They all have this kind of keyboard. If you listen, sounds like this. Sounds very different. So that's the 800. So next I would probably test the C16. Okay, we have the C16, which is missing a screw. It's really, really, really dirty, like all the other machines. It looks to be in okayish condition, at least from the outside. We can use the C64 video cable, but we need a 9-volt center negative power supply, which I have here, which is regulatable with a dial. We will still check if this is actually center negative. So I have my new trusty digital auto sensing multimeter with very pointy tips, which cost me 12 euros or $12 shipped from China. Yeah, 9.22, and I have the black probe in the center, so this is actually center negative. Okay, let's see what happens. So there's not even a light here, which is not a good sign. So let's oh, what's in there? It doesn't sound good. Let's open this up and let's take a quick peek inside, but I have not high hopes for this, whatever there may be inside here, because there's only one screw holding this together, and this is really in bad shape. Ooh, and shit is falling out left and right. Okay, first of all, the LED is not connected, which is always a great sign. And then, well, we have all the chips, which is good, and it's very dirty. Okay, so this screams future repair project. Oh, the fuse is blown. Now I see. Okay, let me show you. So here's the fuse, which is gone. And I have fuses, so let's replace a fuse. And yes, I know there's always a reason why a fuse is blown, and I would think the reason is that someone put in the wrong power supply, or more clear, a center positive power supply. Okay, here's my box of goodness. And here are 1.5. Let's use a fast one. Could work, could die, I don't know. I have enough of these to just test. No polarity, so just plug it in, make sure that the contacts actually touch the side, and we get a light, so that's fixed. But we don't get an image, so there's no video whatsoever which points to the TET chip, which is the most expensive component of the whole thingy here. Okay, good. So we fixed at least the problem with the fuse, and then we test the 116. And I just hope that nobody tried to use the same power supply on this as on the 116, because then that would probably mean all is dead. Here we have the 116, which is in, well, okayish condition. There's some mold inside there, which is not promising. Someone put the sticker on the wrong way around. So let's check this. Having the switch on the on position is never a good sign, but we will see. So here goes nothing. Ah, shit. Again, no light. So someone did indeed use the same power supply on this. Let's open her up. So it seems that again the fuse is blown, and hopefully this is the only thing blown here. But I fear that there's more to this than just a blown fuse. Whoa, that is very rusty. That is very, very rusty here. So all the chips are in here, which is good. And the fuse is blown, as indicated by this little white stripe here. Goodbye. Like this. Flick the switch and the light goes on. And do we have a picture? We have kind of a picture. So at least we have a signal, which is good. It's just not pretty. Blue screen. So at least we fixed the fuse issue, and that will be a future repair project. Nice. So it's not working, but there's at least video, so we know the TET chip is somewhat working. The most probable cause of death here is CPU or TET or PLA. Most machines I worked on had a dead PLA actually. Okay, and we have a C16 to switch parts between these machines, so we can start with that, because there's rarely anything dead on these machines except for these ICs, at least when I have worked on them. We can of course do the whole, do we have reset line and do we have the voltages and all that stuff, but well, it posts, so there's something. Let's check the C64 next. The C64, which is in reasonably good condition. It's just dirty and has some sticker residue down here. Other than that, let's try it. Yeah, and it actually works. Okay, working C64. Check. So now to test the final machine, the 128, I have to produce a power supply, or at least make it work on the C128. Okay, so based on this schematic here, which just shows clearly which is a female and a male connector and stuff, both for the 64 and the 128, I made myself this adapter cable, and that goes now from this 128 power supply, which has the C64 plug. In my case, I got that in some bundle like it is, and plugs in here and then gets to the 128. And if we try that, a video signal, and not much more. Black screen. And I have the 4080 display button pressed. Let's try in the other position. And yeah, still the same. So let's open this up and take a look inside, because why not? Why freaking not? Doesn't seem like someone was in here. Well, well, well. Oh, dead box, yay. Okay, so we will first get rid of this plate here, but it is also the heatsink solution for all the chips, so we can't just toss it. No, we are not going to go any deeper into this machine. So I will close this up again, and we will take a look at this in another video. So let's recap. What do we have? We have one C128 with a black screen. We have a working C64. No idea if the SID chip and stuff works. We have a working Atari 800XL with 2 missing keys. We have a working Atari 520 ST with 1 missing key. We have an Amiga 1200 working, Amiga 500 orange edition with a red screen, not working C16, not working C116, and we have still 2 disk drive to test. So let's do that next. We have a 1571, which is easily to test because it has its power supply inside. So we will use the C64 for that. And we have a 1541-2, which has its power supply externally, and I have to find my power supply. 64 is set up, 1571 is set up. Let's try this with a disk, and I have my Basel, the great. Oh, there's shit inside there. I just noticed it comes out if I put a disk in. So the disk drive is booted up. Switch the okay, serial cable. Okay, C64 sends signal to 1541. Do we get it? Yeah, we get an image. Nice. Let's load string, .8. File not found. Not great. And it's blinking. So we get the classic file not found error, but it's sending commands to the 1571, so I assume this is actually working. We can simply verify this by plugging in the SD to IC, which I have here, just for this specific purpose, because if I can load from this, I could theoretically load from a disk drive. Well, let's see. Yeah, and that works. So it's not a problem with the C64. The CIA, which is responsible for the serial connection, seems to work. Question is, do we have sound? Let's plug in the Kung Fu flash and let's check. Yeah, there should be sound, but there isn't. So that points to a pretty dead SID chip. So the 1571 is not working. We get a file not found error, and that is typically for a dead drive. Could be anything, but it points to a dead drive. But we will take a look at this in more detail in a future episode. Maybe the same, we take a look at the 128. But if you are not completely new to the channel, you already know what I think of disk drives and working on them. I hate it. I really, really hate it. So let's try the 1541-2. Found the power supply for the 1541-2. Let's fire it up. It makes a noise, and here's a disk inside. Here's the disk inside, which came with a drive. Oh, that doesn't look good. Goodbye. Let's try Basel. And we'll get another file not found. Surprise, surprise. So we have 2 dead disk drives. And we have a third one, but we can't test it because it's A, very dirty, and B, has no cable whatsoever. So I assume all this stuff was stored somewhere in a shed or something. We have lots of stuff to repair, which is good because I need stuff for videos. Not that I don't have stuff, but you know how it is. You have all that stuff around and you tend to buy new stuff to have, because this seems more interesting than the stuff you already have. I think this concludes part 1 of this video where we checked out all the devices we got, and in the next video we will take a look at a closer look at some of the machines that don't work, maybe starting with the C64 why it has no sound, and then work our way up the Commodore ladder. So that's it for this video. As always, thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one. Cheerio. Thanks again to PCBWay for sponsoring this video. If you need any PCBs, pre-assembled PCBs or 3D printing, please use the link in the description below.
Thank you for watching Retro is the New Black. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. If you like the video, please share. Every like, share, and comment helps a lot. Until next time, bye-bye.